Okay, up next we need to talk about connecting harmonic intervals. So harmonic is the vertical interval here. Now this is what's tricky about counterpoint, is that there are rules for the melodic line, there are rules for that both lines have to follow, and vertical intersections as well. So this becomes like a jigsaw puzzle of making sure the rules work both ways. So I have here a simple two-part counterpoint. So two new words for us: homorhythmic and polyrhythmic. This is just talking about the rhythms that we're going to be working at. What we see here is a homorhythmic piece, meaning there are two lines, right? There are two melodic lines here on two different staves, but there's only one rhythm. They are moving in a unison rhythm, right? Everything is half notes. So a piece that is homorhythmic means that everything that's happening is moving in the exact same rhythm. The alternative to that would be polyrhythmic. That would be where one line has a different rhythm than the other. Okay, so polyrhythmic music, you can do counterpoint in polyrhythmic music, and we'll look at that later. But as we learn the rules, we're going to just be looking at homorhythmic music for the first little bit here, because it's just easier to see the intersections of them, right? Cool. So two new words for you regarding rhythm. Okay, so here, when we look at something like this, here's how we analyze it. What we're going to do is we're going to write the names of the intervals between the notes. In this case, we'll do it in between the two, right in the center. Okay, so I'm just going to, because we're all diatonic here, there's nothing out of key, you don't really need to write whether it's a major or minor interval or a perfect interval. All we do have to write is the number here. If there's no major or minor on it, we assume that it's in key. Okay, so typically when you're doing this kind of analysis, you don't write, like if when we get to a third, like here's a third. Let's do that. So what would we call this one? We would really just call it a 3, because it's a third, and whether or not it's a major or minor third in this kind of analysis doesn't matter. It's a diatonic third. That's all we really care about for this kind of analysis. So if you encounter anything out of key, you do have to label it, especially anything that's augmented or diminished. Now, one other rule about this is that any compound intervals we reduce to less than an octave. So if we encounter a ninth, we're going to write it as a 2. Because we're going to get rid of the octave. We're going to reduce it to the smaller interval that uses the same notes. And this is just how we analyze counterpoint, typically, right? So this is what you're going to encounter in your theory books. So let's keep going. Let's keep analyzing this. Okay, so what do we have here? We have an A and an F. What is that interval? That's a sixth. So we're going to write a sixth there. And a C and an E is a third. And a D and an F is a third. And a C and a G is a fifth. And an F and an A. Now this one is actually a compound interval, right? There's an octave in between here, but we're just going to write it as a third, because that's the rules for this kind of analysis. Here we have a G. Let's slide over. A G and a G. So there is an octave in between here. But for this one, we are going to write 8 for octave, because we want to separate octaves in unison. So let's just write 8 for octave. Here we have a G and an E. That's going to be a sixth. And a B and a D. That's a third. And we're back to a unison. So for unison, we usually just write a U. Not a 1. I don't know why. It's just the way the rules work.